Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. I hope you all are doing well. And as promised, we are back with a ride review of the Dominar 250, the younger sibling of the Dominar 400. The Dominar 250, which was long awaited and was in rumors for quite some time, and finally Bajaj has presented it in its BS6 avatar. The bike really looks like the Dominar 400, but then there are quite some changes in the bike to make it more pocket friendly. So in the front you get the same masculine LED headlamp and the LED turn signals. So this mid-range sports tourer by Bajaj gets upside down forks and 17 inches alloy wheels. You don't get to see the diamond cut alloy wheels as the Dominar 400 because of the budget, but you do get 300 mm disc rotor in the front with dual channel ABS. The tire size is 100 by 80 and you get Eurogrip or MRF Nilo grip as an option for the tires, and I'll suggest you to go for Nilo grip because it has a better grip. From the side profile, the bike looks same as its elder sibling. The Dominar 250 gets a 13-liter fuel tank and has a claimed efficiency of 35 kmpl. And at its heart sits a DOHC 248cc fuel-injected motor, which is twin spark instead of triple spark technology used in the Dominar 400, and the engine is mated with a 6-speed gearbox. Now this motor churns out 27 PS at 8500 rpm and a peak torque of 23.5 Nm at 6500 rpm. So you get the peak torque in the mid-range itself. And just like the Dominar 400, this engine is also liquid cooled. The complete bike sits on the perimeter frame and weighs 180 kgs. You get the same split seat setup with a tank pad in the front and a Dominar badging on the pillion seat. Now to make your touring experience comfortable, you get a 7-step adjustable Nitrox charged monoshock suspension. The ground clearance of the bike is 157 mm, so you have a low ground clearance. So you can take it off-road, but hardcore off-road is a no-no for this bike, and you can easily take it for long rides, so it is comfortable enough to take it for long rides. Now the wheelbase of the bike is 1453 mm, so you have a longer wheelbase, and this sweet dual barrel exhaust which has a bassier sound. Wanna check it out? On the rear side you have the 130/70 Eurogrip tires and 230 mm disc brake, which also has ABS. So you have the LED tail lights and the LED indicators. So once you are on the saddle, it feels like the Dominar 400. I can easily get my feet on the ground without any problem. You get the new style rear view mirrors like the Dominar 400. You have a digital console in the front which gives you tachometer, speedometer, fuel gauge and odometer with trip meters and time. You have few indicators over here like the engine oil light, neutral and indicator, and few of the indicators are on the second console, so you do not get gear position indicator and everything like the Dominar 400. There is no secondary digital console in this bike. You have the normal indicator console like it was present in the first generation Dominar 400, and the switch controls are the same. So you have the kill switch, DRL switch and the self start, and over here you get the pass switch, headlight control, indicator switch and the horn. So you get a single tone horn which really does not suit the personality of the bike or the rider. I feel Bajaj should start putting the dual tone horns instead of these single tone horns in these bikes. So let's take it for a spin, and before you do that, don't forget to wear your helmet and follow all the road safety rules. The Dominar 250 feels just like the Dominar 400. The seating posture is the same with slightly rear set foot pegs, the massive fuel tank in the front which you can easily grab on, and the same seats. Now the seats have a good amount of cushion, but then I still feel that it is slightly less for long rides. The Dominar 250 maintains a similar seating triangle as the Dominar 400. With your arms stretched out wide, you do not feel any stress on your shoulders. The bike feels very stable and planted on the roads. You can easily cruise at 100-120, there is no problem with that. In fact, you get the best torque and power at this range in this segment. The only thing that feels a little more on this bike is its weight. Due to its perimeter frame, the bike weighs a lot, and this bike misses out on the aluminum swing arm. So you get a box type swing arm instead of aluminum swing arm. The power delivery is linear and you get all the power in the mid-range. So it is good for long rides because you can easily take it on highways. However, with a shorter ground clearance, you might face some troubles in the off-roads, but then this bike is good for highway touring. So it keeps its name of the sports tourer. Due to its heaviness, it loses out some of its agility, which is actually needed when you are battling with traffic. Overall, the bike feels very smooth to ride. There are no vibrations till the mid-range. You might feel slight vibrations on the higher ends, but it is not a deal breaker. The bike is enjoyable and smooth to ride. It feels very planted on the roads, just like the Dominar 400. I mean, if you are looking for a motorcycle with a smaller engine and the touring capabilities, then Dominar 250 is the one for you. Although I'll still say that if you can spare that 35,000, Dominar 400 will be a better buy, because the weight of the Dominar 400 is not that high, but you get to see a significant increase in the power and the torque figures. The Dominar 250 outshines because it gets a small motor and the same touring capabilities like the Dominar 400. That means you have to compromise on the performance, but then you get a good fuel efficiency, and the rest feels the same. You get a slipper clutch, because of which the clutch lever is light to operate. That means you can easily shift gears whenever needed. The gearing ratio is good, so you don't have to change the gears too often, and with the slipper clutch you can easily have multiple downshifts. And the suspensions also do a great job. They can easily take the bad roads. However, some of the bumps are still passed to the body, but then the impact is very minimal. Both the upside down forks and the monoshock makes your riding experience comfortable. And in terms of braking, though this bike gets a dual channel ABS, I still feel that the feedback from the brakes is not that great. With a dual channel ABS, there should be a bite to the brakes, but I felt that the brakes were a little bit spongy. I don't know it is this bike or it is with the Dominar 250, but as of now I feel that the brake response is not that great. It is sufficient enough to get the bike to a halt, but still I feel that you might struggle at high speeds. I cannot comment much on tires because it is a dry road and they have been working absolutely fine. This motorcycle has to be pushed into the corners, but when you are there, you can have all the fun. I have been riding this bike for quite some time now, and I really do not feel the heat coming out from the engine. The liquid cooling is doing its job well. Now with that said, the riding experience have been great. The bike misses out on the aggressiveness in the first and the second gear, but then the power delivery throughout the gears is very good. The RPM light glows somewhere around 7,000 mark, and I was not able to take this motorcycle beyond 9,000 RPM, and it was mostly due to the traffic around, but then the main responsiveness of this bike is between 6,000 to 9,000 RPM. So that is the sweet spot where you can really enjoy this motorcycle. Overall, the bike is fun to ride, but mostly on the highways or straight roads, because Bajaj has designed it as a sports tourer and not a city commuter. But do remember what I said, if you have that 35,000 to spare, Dominar 400 is a way better buy. So with this, our review comes to an end. It was fun riding the Dominar 250, although I still felt that for a dual channel ABS, the bite that you want to feel with a dual channel ABS is not there in this Dominar 250. However, it is a great package in a wonderful price of 1.6 lakhs ex-showroom Delhi. You can take it for long rides or you can just use it for city commutes. It's a good bike and it will deliver a good mileage with a great sound like the Dominar 400 and the looks of Dominar 400. I hope this review was helpful for you. Do share it with your friends or family whosoever is planning to buy a bike between 1.5 lakhs to 2 lakhs. It will be helpful for them. If you did like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that bell if you are new to this channel. And you can also go ahead and check out our Instagram, Facebook and Twitter pages. You can also post your queries, suggestions or comments in the section below, or you can get in touch with us on our social media platforms. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, keep riding and be safe. Bye bye.